Hello, coin enthusiasts and history lovers. Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Shop. First, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United States, the Liberty I dime from 1894. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a treasure trove of history, mystery, and intrigue. And, as we'll soon reveal, it could be worth a staggering sum of money today. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be blown away by what a single 1894 Liberty I dime can be worth. To understand the allure of this coin, we need to take a step back in time, to the late 19th century. The Liberty I dime was first issued in 1892, and it was part of the larger effort to modernize America's coinage. During that period, the country was experiencing significant social and political changes. The United States was firmly rooted in the post-Civil War era, and industrialization was beginning to reshape the nation. But what sets the 1894 version apart from the other dimes of its era is the fact that only a very limited number were actually made. And this rare production is what makes the 1894 Liberty dime such a valuable and sought-after coin today. The story behind the minting of this coin is truly fascinating. As many of you may already know, the U.S. Mint has produced countless varieties of coins over the years, but not all of them were made in large quantities. The Liberty I dime, in particular, was minted in an exceptionally low number. Only 24 coins were produced in total. That's right, just 24. Can you imagine owning one of those 24? You'd hold a piece of history in your hands. Now, let's talk about the design. The 1894 Liberty I dime features the iconic image of Lady Liberty on the obverse, facing left. She is portrayed with a serene expression, wearing a Phrygian cap, symbolizing freedom and liberty. This design, which was created by the renowned engraver Charles E. Barber, was part of a series of coins that aimed to bring a more classical and traditional look to U.S. coinage. The reverse side of the coin features a simple, yet elegant, wreath surrounding the denomination, 1 dime. It's a design that encapsulates the ideals of the time: freedom, strength, and unity. But what really makes this coin stand out, apart from its rarity, is the mystery surrounding its production. It is widely believed that the 1894 Liberty dime was not minted for general circulation at all. The 24 coins that were struck were allegedly created for special reasons, possibly as gifts or tokens for important people. The exact details of why these 24 dimes were made are unclear, and that air of mystery only adds to the coin's intrigue and desirability. Over time, the 1894 Liberty I dime has become one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. As you can imagine, any coin that is this rare and shrouded in mystery would be of tremendous interest to collectors. And with only a few of these coins still in existence, the value has skyrocketed over the years. The demand for a piece of American history like this one has only grown, and as a result, the price of these rare coins continues to climb. Now, let's talk about the condition of these coins. As you may know, the value of any rare coin is heavily dependent on its condition. The 1894 Liberty I dime, like many older coins, has been subject to the wear and tear of time. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch an astronomical price. Even a coin in relatively good condition can still be worth a small fortune. However, the closer to perfect the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, if you happen to own one of these rare pieces in excellent shape, you might just be sitting on a treasure. If you've ever wondered what makes this particular coin so valuable, it's not just its rarity. It's also the fact that the 1894 Liberty I dime is a symbol of a time gone by, a piece of America's past that represents the values of freedom and liberty, captured in a small, shining disc of metal. It's a physical reminder of the country's evolution and the craftsmanship that went into producing coins during that era. It's more than just a dime, it's a connection to the rich history of the United States. As I mentioned earlier, the 1894 Liberty I dime is one of the most coveted coins by collectors, and with its rarity, historical significance, and the mystery behind its production, the value of this coin has only continued to rise. In fact, a coin in pristine condition, or one that has a well-documented provenance, can fetch a price that will leave you speechless. And now, the big reveal. Are you ready for this? The 1894 Liberty 1 dime, in excellent condition, can be worth as much as $70,000. That's right, $70,000 for a single coin. Can you imagine finding one of these hidden away in a drawer, in an old coin collection, or at a garage sale? The value of this coin is a testament to how rare and important it is in the world of numismatics. So, the next time you come across a coin collection, or you're looking through your spare change, keep an eye out for the 1894 Liberty 1 dime. It may seem small, but it could hold an incredible amount of value, and who knows, it might just be the treasure you've been searching for. Second rare coin, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins with one of the most iconic and valuable pennies in history, the United States Liberty Wheat Penny from 1944 D. This small yet mighty coin holds a big secret. Though it may look like just another penny in your pocket, its value could be much higher than you'd expect. Stick around as we explore the history, design, rarity, and potential worth of this incredible coin. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll want to check your change. Let's rewind a little bit and set the stage. The 1944 Wheat Penny, like many other coins, was produced during an interesting and transformative time in American history. World War II was in full swing, and the United States was heavily involved in the global conflict. The 1944 dated coins, including the penny, were minted during a time of great economic strain and wartime production. In fact, these coins were produced under strict wartime restrictions. Copper, a key material for the production of pennies, was in high demand for the war effort, which led to a shortage of materials. As a result, the U.S. Mint had to adapt and explore alternatives. This is where the 1944 D Liberty Wheat Penny comes into play. While most of the pennies minted during this time were made from a copper alloy mixture, something unusual happened with a small percentage of these coins. Some of the 1944 pennies were accidentally struck with a mixture of steel and zinc, a remnant of the wartime materials used to mint coins when copper was scarce. This rare mix caused some coins to stand out from the rest, making them incredibly valuable today. But before we get to that rare version of the coin, let's talk about the design of the Liberty Wheat Penny itself. The coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image on the penny is one of the most recognizable and beloved depictions of the 16th president, and it's been featured on the 1-cent coin since 1909. The reverse of the coin showcases two stalks of wheat on either side of the denomination, 1 cent, which is why this coin is often referred to as the wheat penny. The wheat ears are a symbolic reference to the American agriculture that was so vital to the country during Lincoln's time. Now, let's get to the real story behind the value of the 1944 D Liberty Wheat Penny. For most of the pennies minted that year, the material was still primarily copper, but as I mentioned earlier, some coins were struck with steel and zinc. These steel pennies were an error that occurred in a limited number of coins, and finding one is like uncovering a hidden gem. If you happen to find one of these rare steel pennies, you could be holding something worth a lot more than just 1 cent. It's important to note that the 1944 D steel penny wasn't intentionally minted. It was a result of a mix-up at the U.S. Mint, and once the error was discovered, the steel pennies were quickly removed from circulation. So, you can imagine how rare it is to come across one today. Because of the rarity and the unique circumstances surrounding their production, these coins are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. The 1944 D Wheat Penny is a perfect example of how a small error can lead to an incredibly valuable coin. While many of these coins were melted down or damaged, those that survived, especially in good condition, are now considered to be extremely rare and highly collectible. But it's not just the error that makes this coin valuable. The overall rarity of the 1944 D Wheat Penny is another factor that contributes to its price. The U.S. Mint produced a large number of these pennies, but the number of surviving coins from that year, especially in mint condition, is relatively low. Now, let's talk about the value of this incredible coin. If you happen to own a 1944 D Liberty Wheat Penny in excellent condition or, even better, a steel version of the coin, then you could be sitting on a small fortune. The value of these coins has steadily increased over the years, and they continue to be highly sought after by collectors and investors. In fact, a 1944 wheat penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially one with the rare steel composition, could be worth a staggering $200,000, that's right, $200,000. For a single penny. It's incredible to think that such a small piece of history could hold such tremendous value. So, the next time you go through your coin collection or sift through your spare change, keep a keen eye out for a 1944 wheat penny. If you find one, make sure to get it checked out by an expert. You could be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value. The rarity, historical significance, and unique production errors of the 1944 Liberty Wheat Penny make it one of the most exciting and valuable coins in the world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys learning about the fascinating world of numismatics, this coin is a true treasure. Third expensive coin, we're going to explore a truly fascinating coin, one that's been circulating for decades, yet still holds a secret value that could surprise you. I'm talking about the United States Liberty Wheat Penny from 1945. This little 1-cent coin might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but it has a remarkable story and could be worth far more than you think. Stick with us through this video as we uncover the history, the design, and, most importantly, the value of this particular coin. By the end, you'll be amazed at what a single 1945 wheat penny could be worth. First, let's take a step back and look at the time when this coin was minted. The 1940s were a time of great change in America, and the coinage from that period tells the story of a nation transitioning through significant historical events. By 1945, World War II was coming to an end, and the United States was emerging as a global superpower. It was a time of optimism and rebuilding, and the economy was beginning to shift from wartime production to a more civilian-focused market. The Liberty Wheat Penny, which was originally designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, has been a staple of American currency since 1909. On the obverse side, you'll find the famous image of Abraham Lincoln, facing left, his features beautifully captured by Brenner. Lincoln's image has been part of the U.S. 1-cent coin for over a century, and it continues to be one of the most recognizable depictions of any president. The reverse side of the coin features two stalks of wheat on either side of the denomination, 1 cent, which gives this coin its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny. Now, you may be thinking, okay, this sounds like an interesting coin, but what makes the 1945 version so special? Well, the answer lies in both its rarity and its historical context. The 1945 Wheat Penny, like the years that came before it, was primarily made from copper, but it's the way these coins were produced and the number of them that survived that makes them so valuable today. Most of the 1945 wheat pennies were mass-produced, so you'd think they'd be easy to find. But here's the catch: while many of them were made, not all of them survived in good condition. Over the years, many were lost, damaged, or melted down for their copper content. The surviving coins, especially those in excellent condition, have become quite rare, making them more desirable to collectors. One key factor in determining the value of these coins is their grade. You see, collectors and numismatists grade coins based on their condition, and a coin's grade can dramatically affect its value. A coin that's been heavily circulated and worn down will be worth far less than one that's in near mint or uncirculated condition. So, if you happen to come across a 1945 wheat penny that looks as good as the day it was minted, you could be sitting on something truly valuable. But it's not just the condition of the coin that matters. There's another factor that makes the 1945 wheat penny particularly interesting to collectors: the variety. As with many coins, there were certain small variations in the minting process that occurred. These minor differences, whether it's a slight variation in the design or a subtle mistake in the minting process, can make certain coins stand out from the rest. And when it comes to rare coins, even the smallest variation can result in a massive increase in value. Over the years, the 1945 wheat penny has become a favorite among collectors, and it's not hard to see why. Its historical significance, combined with the fact that it was minted during a pivotal moment in American history, makes it a coin worth paying attention to. But what really sets it apart is the potential for a rare variant or uncirculated coin to fetch a price that will leave you speechless. So, how much could a 1945 wheat penny actually be worth? Well, The value of these coins can vary depending on their condition and any unique characteristics they might have. In general, you can find most 1945 wheat pennies circulating in everyday collections for just a few dollars. However, coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, particularly those with rare variations, can fetch prices that are absolutely mind-blowing. For instance, a 1945 wheat penny in near mint or uncirculated condition can command a premium. But if you're lucky enough to have a 1945 coin with a rare variety, such as one that shows a subtle minting error or a unique feature, the value could be significantly higher. And here's the kicker: some of these rare variants have been known to sell for an eye-popping amount. Are you ready for this? The 1945 Liberty wheat penny, in excellent condition or with a rare variety, can be worth up to a staggering $180,000. Yes, you heard that right, $180,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that such a small, unassuming coin could hold that kind of value, but when you consider the rarity, condition, and historical significance of the 1945 wheat penny, it becomes clear why it's so coveted in the world of coin collecting. So, the next time you're going through your coin collection or checking your change, make sure to keep an eye out for the 1945 wheat penny. You just might be holding onto a hidden treasure that's worth far more than you ever imagined. If you've got one of these rare and valuable pennies, congratulations, you could be looking at a small fortune in the palm of your hand. Especially, we're going to take a closer look at a coin that might be sitting in your collection right now, or perhaps even tucked away in a drawer or jar. That coin is the United States Liberty wheat penny from 1949. While it may seem like just another 1-cent coin, it holds an incredible story and, in some cases, an extraordinary value. Stick around as we explore the rich history, design, and, most importantly, the value of the 1949 wheat penny. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this little coin could be worth today. Let's start by taking a look at the historical context of the 1949 Liberty wheat penny. The United States had just emerged from the chaos of World War II and was entering a period of post-war prosperity. The country was experiencing a surge in economic growth, with industries booming and the civilian economy thriving. The late 1940s were a time of rebuilding, and coinage from this era reflects the optimism of a nation on the rise. The 1949 wheat penny, like many others in the series, was part of the regular minting process during this time. The coin's design had remained largely unchanged for decades, making it a recognizable symbol of American currency. The Liberty wheat penny, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, features a familiar and beloved image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. His face is depicted with the dignity and respect that he earned as one of the most revered U.S. presidents. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find 2 stalks of wheat, which symbolize the country's agricultural roots. The inscription, 1 cent, is flanked by these wheat ears, which gives the coin its well-known nickname, the wheat penny. While many of these coins were mass-produced and circulated widely, there's more to the story of the 1949 wheat penny than meets the eye. Despite the fact that millions of these pennies were minted, only a fraction of them have survived in pristine or near-mint condition. And therein lies the catch. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. A coin that has been heavily circulated, with signs of wear and damage, is not going to command the same price as one that is well preserved or uncirculated. This is where the value of the 1949 wheat penny really comes into play. Most of the pennies minted in 1949 were produced in high numbers, and the majority of them have been lost or worn down over time. But if you happen to come across a 1949 wheat penny in excellent or uncirculated condition, then you could be looking at a rare find, one that is far more valuable than the 1-cent face value it was originally assigned. The 1949 wheat penny is often overlooked by casual collectors, but those in the numismatic community know just how special this coin can be. There are certain characteristics that can elevate the value of this coin beyond what you might expect. For instance, certain varieties of the 1949 wheat penny, including those with small errors in the minting process or unique characteristics, can make the coin even more sought after by collectors. Minting errors, such as double die varieties or slight variations in the design, are highly prized by numismatists, and finding one of these rare variants can significantly increase the value of your coin. One particular aspect that adds to the allure of the 1949 wheat penny is its age. By 1949, the wheat penny was nearing the end of its run. The series would soon be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959, which makes the 1949 version an interesting transitional piece in the history of U.S. coinage. This sense of historical significance adds another layer of value to the coin, especially for those who are passionate about American history and numismatics. Now, let's talk about what really matters. How much is the 1949 wheat penny worth? Well, as with most rare coins, the value depends on several factors. Coins that are in poor condition might only fetch a few dollars, but coins that are in excellent or uncirculated condition can be worth a lot more. A 1949 wheat penny in good condition could be worth somewhere in the range of $10 to $50. But if you happen to have a pristine, uncirculated example or one with a rare minting error, the value jumps considerably. In fact, a 1949 wheat penny that is in perfect condition, or one with a rare minting anomaly, could fetch a mind-blowing price. Are you ready for this? A 1949 wheat penny in exceptional condition or with a valuable minting error could be worth as much as $160,000. Yes, you heard that right, $160,000. That's how much collectors are willing to pay for a 1949 wheat penny that has survived the years in near-perfect condition, or one that has a unique characteristic that makes it stand out. Imagine finding one of these coins in your collection or spotting one in a box of old pennies. It's truly incredible to think that such a small, seemingly ordinary coin could hold such an extraordinary value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who has an eye for rare finds, the 1949 wheat penny is a coin worth paying attention to. So, what should you do if you come across a 1949 wheat penny? First, make sure to check its condition carefully. If it looks like it's been well preserved and hasn't been heavily circulated, you may want to have it professionally graded. Grading can help determine its true value and give you a better idea of just how much your coin might be worth in today's market. Last unique coin, we've got a special coin on the radar that might just be sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change. That's right, today we're diving into the United States Liberty wheat penny from 1950. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another everyday cent, but stick around because what you'll discover about its history, design, and most importantly, its value, will likely surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll see why the 1950 wheat penny could be worth a whole lot more than its face value. The 1950 wheat penny was minted in a time when the United States was continuing to recover from the aftermath of World War II. The economy was beginning to bounce back, and the nation was entering the post-war era with a sense of optimism. It was a time of great change, but this coin, which is often overlooked, holds a place in history that makes it particularly interesting to collectors. The Liberty wheat penny, designed by the talented Victor David Brenner, features an iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This image of Lincoln has been part of the American 1-cent coin since 1909, and it continues to be one of the most famous and enduring likenesses of any U.S. president. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent. This design, which is why the coin is often called the wheat penny, symbolizes the country's agricultural heritage, and it was a popular design during its time of circulation. The 1950 wheat penny, specifically, is a piece of numismatic history that might not seem remarkable at first. After all, millions of these pennies were minted in 1950, and many of them were circulated and used in daily transactions. But as time passed, and many of these pennies were lost, damaged, or worn down, a small number of them managed to survive in pristine or near-mint condition. These well-preserved examples are what make the 1950 wheat penny so desirable to collectors today. Why does the 1950 wheat penny hold such a high appeal in the world of numismatics? The key lies in its rarity, particularly in exceptional condition. The U.S. Mint produced a large number of these coins, but not all of them have stood the test of time. Most of the 1950 wheat pennies that circulated have visible wear, dings, and scratches, which naturally decrease their value. However, if you happen to find a 1950 wheat penny that has survived in mint condition, or even better, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to something quite valuable. In addition to condition, another factor that contributes to the rarity and value of the 1950 wheat penny is the potential for minting errors. Every coin struck by the U.S. Mint is unique, and sometimes, small flaws or variations in the minting process can make a coin even more desirable. For example, the 1950 wheat penny has been known to have some rare varieties, such as double dies, which occur when the die used to strike the coin makes multiple impressions. These minting errors can make a particular coin more unique, and therefore, more valuable to collectors who specialize in error coins. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: how much is the 1950 wheat penny worth? While the vast majority of these coins are valued at just a few cents or dollars depending on their condition, the rare exceptions can fetch impressive prices. When it comes to coins that are well preserved or feature rare minting errors, the value skyrockets. A 1950 wheat penny in excellent, uncirculated condition could easily be worth several $100s. But that's just the beginning. If you happen to own one of the rarer 1950 wheat pennies with a minting error, or one that has survived in pristine condition, it could be worth much more. The market for rare and valuable coins is always fluctuating, but in some cases, collectors have paid significant amounts for these special coins. In fact, a 1950 wheat penny with the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical appeal could be worth a jaw-dropping $145,000, that's right, $145,000 for a single penny. When you think about it, it's pretty incredible that a small, 1-cent coin from 1950 could hold such immense value today. So, the next time you're rummaging through a coin jar or sifting through your collection, it's worth taking a closer look at any 1950 wheat pennies you might have. If you find one that's in good condition, or better yet, one that has an error, you could be sitting on a true treasure. Whether you're an experienced collector or just someone starting to dip their toes into the world of numismatics, the 1950 wheat penny is a coin that's definitely worth paying attention to. Its history, design, and potential rarity make it an exciting piece to look for, and its value continues to rise as more collectors become aware of just how special this coin can be. If you have a 1950 wheat penny in your collection or just happen to come across one in your spare change, remember to carefully examine it. Its condition, any unique characteristics, or errors can all play a major role in determining its worth. If you're unsure of its value, it's always a good idea to have it professionally appraised or graded by a numismatic expert. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed learning about the fascinating history and value of the 1950 wheat penny. If you liked this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our future discoveries. Who knows, maybe the next coin we uncover could be hiding in your collection. Until next time, happy hunting, and happy collecting.